Hello and welcome to Dell's Gaming, and this is from the Depths adventure where I am once again on my little home mining boat in a new zone. So from the last episode we managed to get through the starter plane, I think they called it, and get our nice fleet built up, who are nicely following me in their fleet positions at the moment, and we got into this next level of plane. I'm not sure if it shows you what level we're in. Plane of type harder. Okay. So a difficulty 5. Okay, at least we know. And I'm just heading west at the moment just to get some nice warm seas for our ships and see what we come across. Some of the ships have just been updated a little bit for some of their ranges. I think I brought in some Fairmail Ds, which is the upgraded versions, but otherwise we still have the sloops and the castle corvettes around us. I may have to sort out some of the fleet positions, but otherwise we're in this new zone. Now I could just stop sailing and not get anything to spawn in, but I want to see if there's any resource zones, and the chance of either other vehicles appearing or resource zones is all based upon how far I travel. So I'm just heading west because that will get us some nice seas like we've got at the moment, which is good for the Fairmails, at least since we've got small ships at the moment, and we'll see what we come across over the next little while. So yeah, stay tuned for whatever befalls us in this new zone. And after a lot of driving to the west and a stormy night, we finally do actually have an enemy on the scopes, and it's a new type of enemy for us, a hake. So we're going to be getting some new types of vessel coming at us, it appears. So okay, it's only small, but being a jet, this is going to be the first jet I think we really had, certainly first Steel Striders we've had up against us, so this will be interesting to see how our troops do. Let me just try and get somewhere where I get a better view of what's happening. That's be a little bit more stable, hopefully. Now we've got a lot of AA guns, I think, potentially ready to fire out. Let's see how our 20 mils and etc. do against this hake. Well, yeah, that didn't last long. It appears our 20 mils do quite well against the hake. Well, that's a good sign anyway. I hadn't really tested them against the other ships. Should I bother getting now? Is that going to get picked up anyway? Is there anything I haven't got? Is something that can go out and pick up resources? All my ships are basically full at the moment, so if I want to pick that up, I've got to go there myself. Might as well. Also, while we're going there, we can see how I've set up my fleet disposition. So in the direction I'm going, I've got them in quite a wide crescent or line, with effectively the Fairmails. I've got Fairmail Ds on one side, up here at the moment, and Fairmail Bs on the other side. And then I have my subs actually way in front. I've got, see, the armed merchants next to me, Daisy and Gladioli, which were the flower corvettes on close escort, and the Hastings relatively close but not overly close, and a couple of HDMLs are still around on close escort as well. And after not much activity, we've suddenly got a few things popped up. We've got a current coming behind us. We see another what should we say, well, portal to another plane come up, and we've got some resource zones finally appearing. It's taken quite a while for the first things to appear, and I'm sure they're now going to start appearing en masse. But we just got to take out this current, which is a lightning hoods, I think it is. Not very well armed, but it's something at least for us to go in and get some resources from, because resources are important. Without the resources, we're doing quite well. All the ships are armed up, are full, but without the resources, we can't keep on moving. Come on, take him out. Come on. This is where possibly the 20 mils are not quite good enough, but we should. There's enough Dakar going up here in this area. If only they would actually aim at the target. He's getting someone's damaging him. You can see the little puffs of HE, and then it all starts to sort of converge at some point, hopefully. Or is it just he accidentally goes into the streams? Because our people are crossing the streams. That's a lot of Dakar up there, definitely. And hopefully what all they're going to do is knock out some of those thrusters, and then it'll go into the water. That's the what should we say, the idea, at least, anyway. And night time comes down. Come on, down a little bit. Why can't you aim properly? They're not quite aiming correctly at those that target. Whilst he's going in there, let's see, what have we got in the area? Let's have a look. So, here we've got a resource zone. If we can just see it there. So I'm going to head for that resource zone for the moment and just take whatever is in there, I think. So if I put mine onto my ship onto resource gathering, it should automatically make its way there. Is he still around that current? Did we get him? Has he disappeared? He seems to have disappeared. So there is some resources up. Oh no, he's on his way back. He's at 99%. We're not doing so well against them. I don't know, potentially. I mean, he's damaged. That's all I can say, really. But the guns don't seem to be as... I guess we don't have... the guns aren't... sorry, the ships aren't overloaded with sensors, so they're possibly not quite getting a good bead on it. But we're all in the rough area, so with pure volume, I'm expecting some hits. Obviously, when he turns when he goes straight and level is when you get the most hits from the guns, as can be expected. But luckily, he's not damaging us. But it's not looking good because we're not damaging him either. And slowly but surely, during this stormy night, the Fairmills have been whittling away at the current, and it's now having a bit of a problem staying in the water. Sorry for the dodgy camera work here, but I'm a fair bit away from the actual Fairmill group. Yeah. They've worked well as a little pack, firing their guns. Now, as I say, as I was thinking, the current luckily isn't fighting back. So hopefully, once he goes into the water, that will be enough for him to a few torpedoes, and hopefully that should be it for the current, and a nice bit of resources to feed those hungry engines we have. I'm assuming there's going to be some torpedoes in the water here somewhere. Yeah, there's torpedoes inbound. unless he gets out of the water. No, I think that's torpedo system for torpedo alley for him. And things had been a little bit quiet as we're steaming west. Picked up a few resources. Still running only at about 70,000 in this ship, but everyone else is full. So that's actually a little bit higher than that. We've now got a Hake squadron coming in at us. So again, a little bit different. I'm not sure how we're going to survive against this. I think, well, that said, I think we'll be fine. I'm just putting this into run mode because I'm scared they might have missiles. So I don't want to be near this. I need my ships to take over going against this whilst I effectively run in the opposite direction. I think we've taken one out, maybe. There's 4 of them. Oh, no, they are still around. So it's again, can we take them out with mass 20 and 40 mil? Oh, we have... Is that... Oh, no, they're mines. Oh, no, we don't want those mines. We don't want those mines near me, please. Why are you dropping mines near me? It obviously detected something a little lower than it should, than reality. Hopefully those mines aren't coming anywhere near me. No, luckily they're not. I think it's because it dropped into the water within depth charge range. So one of the corvettes thought, time to drop some mines on someone. They've all been hit, so they're losing sort of control at times. They do fire missiles, but I think we have got missile interceptors taking them out if they get close to us in any way. Hopefully. You're supposed to have a missile interceptor. Oh, it's still loading. So there's missiles going out at various ships, and they are hitting, but not enough to cause a serious problem. We've taken one out. Okay, so again, our AA is working en masse rather than highly effective, but yeah, it is working. Again, as I've said before, the main reason is that they're protecting me, so they're shooting them instead of me, which is the important bit. So the last Hake took a while to take out. He was so erratic. So not next build, something to think on the builds is some AA specific builds, maybe not on the next one, but certainly in the next generation of ships that I pull in. So just a discussion really whilst I'm sailing towards there is a resource zone up ahead and a red portals which I'm going to go through. So for that type of situation, I guess there's a couple of different ways of getting around it when you've got something which is erratic. One is the shotgun effect. So similar to what I've got with this, the 48 mils I'm using, where you just put a lot of shells up in the area, not really worried about accuracy, because the ship you're going for is so erratic, there's no point in being accurate, so you just blast the area. And I think that's most possibly difficult to say, because you can't see them, they don't have a tracer like the 20s. It's potentially possible that they were doing the damage to the Hakes. The other one is an area effect, such as flak. Get some heavier AA guns out there. So maybe I could think about some alternative AAs, based maybe on the 40mm, but make them like a 60mm, and put them up with some good flak capability on the shells. Now, some of these ships, though, they do already have their 4-inch guns are a flak capable gun, but they didn't seem to be doing that much damage. So the other way, I suppose, is with the AI detectors and trackers, more trackers. That would, it doesn't help necessarily with erratic ships, but it does allow you to detect their position a little bit better. Yeah, so possibly I'll have to think about some A specific ships with a combination of good detection, lots of trackers. I know infrared trackers, for example, are quite good because they've got a very high detection rate. So yeah, that may well be on the books. I've got a couple of other ships to bring in, but maybe I can adapt them before I bring them in. Or just go for more guns. That is the other option, is more DACA. The more DACA, the better. Yeah, I mean, this is from the depths. So we got something else. I'm hearing something. Yeah, there's another red out there. We'll have a look. Not getting anything particularly difficult against us at this moment. What's that? A wander. Okay, that shouldn't be much of a problem. Yeah, not getting anything particularly different. A few different ships, but nothing difficult. So I think going for a red portal is okay. We're not getting a lot of materials as well, so the ships are burning through their available materials. So we're down to 62. I think we started something like 65, 69. Have built some ships, but I think we're just bleeding on ammo materials. So yeah, I think I will take this resource zone up here and go through the red portal and see what the next level brings. And yeah, I think that'll be okay. We're handling this section, this level at the moment, at least. Anyway, and after passing through the new portal into, I think, what is level, where are we, level 10? Yep, level 10, just in a little resource zone, because I've been just rearranging the fleet a little bit. Also, after the experience with the planes, I have brought a new ship in, which I'll have a look at, but you must be seen in a previous video, but we'll have a look at some of the techniques of it. I got rid of the harbour defence motor launches, those small, very starter ships. I think they've done their service well in our growing fleet, and that resource zone has gone, so we'll be on to our next bit, which is to take that on, and then we're going for a bit of a run. So I've done a couple of things with the fleet. First of all, I've actually created a separate little wolf pack of 2 submarines, brought another submarine in, and what they're going to do is basically
returning to formation. Moving now.
Front run my movements to act as a little bit of a scouting force in many ways. But the ship I brought in, so let's go and use the transporter, because I haven't really tried using the transporter properly. So let's go down and use the transporter to it. Let's hope this doesn't go horribly long. So if we go up to this, press the Q, and it's going to be the HMS Amazon Destroyer. Whoops, looks like we've got some traffic come in already. Let's see what we can do to get out of here. Yeah, the Amazon is picking some. Come on, I don't need my little symbol. There we go. Open that door. Go up here. Come on, and all the way up here into this room, and we're in the main room again. that wasn't as easy as I thought, as I'd hoped. Anyway, so this is the HMS Amazon. So I've made it a little bit more AA-ish in some degrees, and this is a fleet escort, so it will attack anything within about 3.5 meters, 3,500 meters. It's got 4.7 120 millimeter guns, which have got quite a nice bit of a hit. I'll just go and have a look at the APS. So these ones, they're a basic APHE, but what I've added is some flak and frag. This is to make them more effective against some of the flyers, and it seems to work. The flak area does seem to bring ships down a little bit better, and the frag gives it a bit of damage at range. They've got, where should we go? We've got laser targeters set at different values, one in front and one behind, so hopefully the frags will pick up anything. We've got something up there, I'm not sure what it is. And the other change, we've got the old, whoops, we all got the old pom-pom. This is a quad pom-pom, which again seems to do quite well with this whole shotgun effect. It's been doing quite well in testing at killing some of the ships. Oh, it's a sub below me, 2 subs. And then finally, the other change I did for some of these, we're getting more alloy ships or alloy planes, is the 20mm. It sort of works. I tried a few things, but this has now got a secondary charge heat round. Still has AP and solids to get the initial. What is that? Let me go and have a look. I'm not sure what that is. It's a very weird angle I'm at, so apologies for that. But oh, we got a warrior. Okay, that's a nice little bit of resources once it comes up. Anyway, yeah, the heat goes through the alloy if it's only got one section of alloy. Let's get out of this chair, it'll be a little bit more stable. There we go. No, off. There we go. One section of alloy and start getting things inside. It sort of works. It's not ideal, but it does work. Yes, it's got a whole load of torpedoes, which is good against when you've got metal ships like this warrior. Again, there would have been hopefully a review of this. It's not armoured. It relying on speed, about 30, where are we? 33, 34 meters a second, circling around an enemy, shooting at it, firing torps and other things. But ooh, that was close. Big cram shells will make big holes, as you can see. So for safety's sake, I'm going to come off of here and let's get back to my miner, which is going to be a little safer, basically. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. There you are. Q, go back to the miner, teleport. There we go. Back here, let's get back into my safety of, come on. Why can't I move? Hang on a second. So warrior taken down by the Amazon. He took a bit of damage there, as not as expected, but is inevitable. He does go out and attack them at range. But let's go and pick up those resources. I'm guessing there's a fair few there. Yep, we'll pick up these ones.
Moving now.
Then we'll go up there.
Moving now.
Then we'll come back. I still want to head west a little bit before we think about going to a new zone in any way. But I thought I'd just show the new ship. So if we come up against anything interesting, let's get out of this seat. If we come across anything interesting, obviously I will show you that part of the battle. But for the moment, it's more cruising. But generally, the fleet. I've got a question to ask on just some bits, giving myself some limits within the game. So I'll field that after a couple of battles near the end of the video. And as does happen with from the depths physics, you occasionally get the odd wheeling ship for some reason. We have got some turbulent seas, and I think it just went off a wave a little too fast. But also when changing views, it just seemed to just makes the ships do weird things on occasion. Just got a little Volta. It's taken a little while to get any sort of combat in this new plane. We're at level 15. Didn't want to, I think it's about, there's a chance every 100 meters you travel, but yeah, it doesn't help when your ships do some weird crap like that. Oh, he just took a nasty hit. Just to see how we do against this Volta. It's not a powerful ship, but it's about the only thing we've seen so far. I wanted to see how the destroyer was gonna do. Let's see if I can get a better view. Actually, let's see if I can get on to build on this force. There we go. Just got to be careful with what buttons I press. So the fleets around, some of them are attacking. Oh, there it goes. It gets nice and quick when it gets quick. Let's see. Yeah, maybe the RPM on these propellers get a little too high and force it to get into some sort of flying mode. Interesting. Flying destroyers. Who needs Zeppelins? This is a little bit more, 59k of materials. Okay, a little bit more of a challenge for our ships as such. So it's also firing out torpedoes. So yeah, this could be a little bit more challenging, so to speak. Okay, let's go back into this view here. Where were you? Over here. So let's see what it's going to be like looking at the view here. So we got, looks like our fair meal's getting involved there, and yeah, fair meal there. Let's come out, zoom out a little. Another fair meal coming into attack, and I guess our sloops and other ships are making their way in. Right, W's okay. It's okay for spotting. Our subs are also heading that way. We'll have a look what it looks like on the top down. One fair meal slightly damaged. See what we get when we zoom in. See what the view looks like. I can't get rid of this bit on the side. Otherwise we can see what's happening. Torpedoes are on the way out, heading somewhere. We do have ships with anti-torpedo systems, which is handy. Looks like that he's aiming for the Amazon, which is fine. That's our main attack vessel. He's taken a bit of damage, which is also good. Is there any those resources? Let's see, resources around any. Hopefully our ship's picked up the resources from the Resolute. And yeah, we're just on a normal run. Ignore that one. Let's see what happens. See if we can, the fleet can take him out. Where have you gone? So not 100% stable, trying to view it from my character's binoculars, but we'll see who's the closest one, and we'll get onto the closest ship to him. Who's the closest ship? I think it's going to be the destroyer. Okay, let's go to building on here and use that to view. So we've got he's firing his torpedoes out, which is good. We don't have any stabilization in this view, but at least we can see what's happening. And we're firing our anti-torpedo interceptors, which is also good. The guns are a little unstable targeting him, maybe because of the troughs in the water. It keeps on thinking he's going underwater. we've still got an occasional problem of going quite fast in the big waves, but a little bit more stable now with a lot of aircraft stabilization I've had to put into this. Firing away, which is good. To see what our... Oh, I can't see... Unfortunately, in this one, I can't see what our damage is like. But our main guns are just seeming to be having a bit of a problem aiming at him for some reason. Certainly not range, so I'm guessing it must be... Maybe it's the altitude. Let's just try a change. Well, we did finally take him. I'm not sure if it was the height. Oh, that torpedo was close. That was a couple there, a bit closer than I would like. We're still firing anti-torpedo missiles out, so... Oh, that didn't help. Assuming they're chasing them down, potentially. But the Resolute's gone, so we can go back out of build mode and go and pick up those resources. As I say, that was the biggest battle we've had. Not many resources from that, to be frankly honest. We'll go over there and then just pick them up and then carry on. I'm going north at the moment, just rather than continuing west, but maybe I should continue west to try and get the better weather. Why aren't you picking up your own resources? And the fleet is just taking some time in a resource zone, and we've got a couple that have finally popped up that I can extract some resources from. One thing again with adventure mode is you've got to constantly be feeding fuel to the fleet. They're constantly burning a little bit of fuel. Well, we've got plenty of reserves at the moment. All the ships are full, but I haven't got enough to reliably build any new ships. Just as while we're here though, a quick question is this wave and action and weather good or bad as far as videos, campaign, this adventure, or should I turn it off? Good and bad bits about the weather. It looks okay. The wave action, I quite like it for these small ships. These aren't small, but medium-sized ships. It's like certainly around here. It's like pretty much quite a strong seas. The amount of movement we're getting. This is very mid-Atlantic stormy seas. It makes the ships, as you can tell, move around quite a lot, which is good bad. Bad bit, the ships move around a lot, which makes them sometimes do weird things. They tend to go under the water a little bit too much on occasion. Good bit, it makes the vehicles move around a lot, which when they're being fired at makes them actually difficult to hit because they're unpredictable as to where they're actually going to be for the enemy AI and prediction, etc., for shooting, etc. Bad bit is the storm system. It only affects ships. There's no wind, no storm fronts or visibility that would affect aircraft, like icing up or anything else like that stops aircraft having a difficult time. So it is only affecting the ships. So everything else is no, don't ram me, please, don't ram me. Back up, no. Go on, back up. You're supposed to back up when you're getting close. Mr. Sloop, go away, Mr. Sloop. Sometimes. Okay, anyway, you could get killed by your own ships on this. He's supposed to have a little thing on there that tells him to back up when he sees something in front of me. It's not working. Look, he's dragging me along now. This is not good. Let me just sort this out. Okay, I had to change the anti-collision control blocks I have on the ships just to make him reverse up for a little while. Now we can go about doing his business, which is rowing another ship. So, okay, this is another bad bit about these seas. It's a little bit difficult to control all your ships and the anti-collision system. So we have got an enemy around somewhere. Let's just check what that is. We've had a few small enemies, so yeah, casket bolt, nothing really great. I think I've had about 4 enemies which are of some description. Volta, the Resolute, there was a Jacob's Scorn just a little while ago, and another medium-sized deep-water guard ship, but nothing really of consequence, so I didn't really bother doing the videos. So okay, it's time for the questions, because I'm going to go through these various zones, pick up material, then I might go up another one. We're at level 15, and I might go through another plane to put us up to level 20, but I'm going to wait until, say, I've been in here, say, 2 hours, maybe 3, before I do that change, because that will give me an idea of the level of ships we were up against, and gives me a chance to get some more resources. But the questions I had were, A, is keep the seas as they are, or under options I can go to GPU oceans, so enable disable that, and then basically all the oceans are like this, which takes out all of the storm wave action, makes them all fairly level. I'm split on it. The sea action is interesting for the sake of, you know, you've got to design the ships, but the enemy ships and everything else aren't really designed to work in these seas. I think very few people test their ships in the various sea states. For basically, even myself, I tend to do it basically in a calm sea. So yeah, maybe keep to this particular system. Let me know what you think on that. So stormy seas or calm seas everywhere. This doesn't really have an effect on the speed of my machine too much. I've got enough power that the frame rate, the sea isn't affecting the frame rate. It's just a matter of whether you think seas are a good thing or a bad thing. The other question I've got is, as we proceed on, is I don't want this fleet getting too big. A, performance on the machine, but also, you know, I want to keep the fleet. I don't want to just easily wreck everything that comes at me. Now, I've got in my head my own little limitations for ships in the fleet, but my thought was, how should I limit it? Size-wise, I'm not going to be building million-point ships. Mostly a battleship will only be, on average, it's starting at 300, maybe got to about 500-point ship as a maximum. But that's absolutely, theoretically, maximum. My merchants, the other one is number of ships. The merchants will get a bit bigger, but merchants I don't want to restrict, because they're going to contain all the materials, so we'll build more merchants. But maybe I should limit how many combat ships. At the moment, with the Wolf Pack and all the other ships, I've got 12 combat ships, effectively. Should that be my limit? So don't limit myself to merchantmen, just limit myself to how many combat ships I can have in available, and then have them so that they're, you know, one battleship, maybe two, maybe one battleship around up to 500, then a couple of cruisers, a few destroyers, a couple of corvettes, and then some some sort of auxiliaries, not including any drone small aircraft, which might come up if I say build a carrier or something like, or a helicopter or some VTOL sort of system in the future. Haven't made my mind up on that. It's just as we go through, maybe I need to build some aircraft. Yeah, viewpoint. So first one, oceans, yes, no. GPU ocean or the real fancy ocean. As I say, split on both. In some ways this will make videoing easier as well, because I can move around and the ship's not moving around quite as much, so I can focus on things a little bit easier in this mode. So the videos could be a lot better in using GPU oceans and take out the weather. Number 2 then is my fleet, limiting my fleet, number of ships or total size, or yeah, what is the factor that I should use to limit so it stays as a fleet that's playable in the game and you'd all be able to reproduce on your own as such. Yeah, a couple of questions. So bit of a sort of sorry, this video's not been that entertaining, frankly. I'm gonna give it a little while longer, see if we get another battle, but yeah, otherwise I think this might be the end until I can find a bit better or more enemy to attack, because yeah, what's been coming at us? Oh, we got something else coming in. Oh, we got speak of the devil. Don't think it's, what is it? It's that way, which is not where I really want it, but a Zephyr. Oh, this is something I haven't seen before. So, okay. Well, let's try this GPU ocean system of watching the enemy. Right, I need to get some of these ships sorted, because get over that way. My formation was pointing at the wrong way, so my destroyer was not at the optimum area. Okay, let's go. Where is that Zephyr gone? Let's see if I can spot him. Lost him. Is that me? It must be over here. Over here. Alright, let's see if we can get a bit better view with this GPU oceans. I'm having to compensate a little bit for the movement of my ship. Oh, we got a lot of missiles coming in. How's the fleet doing against them? That's good. Anti-missiles working okay. A lot of APS shells coming in from this Zephyr. I can't remember this off the top of my head. Let's track these missiles in, make sure that all the anti-missile systems from my escorts are going to work. That's a lot of missiles, actually. I think that might be just range rather than anything else. Some of them have long range missiles, but I think he's got some short range missiles in some cases. He's aiming, don't know, is it my destroyer? It could be the sloop, could be the destroyer, but we are shooting back. Okay. Nothing's getting in. Important bit, they're not coming against my merchantman. Let's make sure that the the Amazon, let's put you on attack, and also I want the sloop. Where's my sloop? Sloop. I want you on attack, and let's put Daisy and with Gladioli. There you go. Go on, back onto attack. Get them out there. See if they'll head. He could be one of these ships that stay away, which is somewhat annoying. But let's see if I can have a look at him. So this is the Zephyr. So Grey Talons. Looks Grey Talon-y to me. APS guns, APS rail guns on the top. Trying to pretend to be a Zeppelin, but I'm guessing this is going to be rotor based inside. Sorry, can't get close enough. My ship's moving. My ship's decided to move for some reason. Let me just get back to there. Yeah. Well, he's picking up materials. Let's see if we can get the Zepper to go in. Okay, the fair mill Ds have gone into attack mode. The Amazon's in attack mode. And sloop. So yeah, we got enough ships attacking it. Looks like he's mainly going after the destroyer. So we'll see how the destroyer's holding up. This will be a test as to whether really this ship is enough for this zone. Oh, a lot of missiles heading in there, and I think we didn't have enough anti-missile systems there. Let's go on to build mode. Let's try it this way, see if we can see a little bit more of what's going on. Right. Oh no, that's the sloop. That's not the... Oh no, is that a destroyer? No, it's a destroyer. A lot of shells coming in there. A lot of EMP. Not good for my ships. Don't have much EMP protection. He's firing a lot of... I guess that must be flak. I'm not sure, but my weapons are firing back. I'm not taking too much damage, which is good. Those missiles were the most damaging part, I think. So we are attacking, getting some of those missiles, but they are getting through a little bit too much. Let's see how oops, I can't do it. The only problem is I can't look at his damage in this mode, but we have got, let's see, we've got all the fair meals coming in nicely, I think. Yeah, the other fair meals. Now, they've only got small guns, but they're all going to be hacking away at that. So let's come off the build mode and see what his damage is like. So where are we? We're at 98, which is fine, and he's at 87. So they're working him down. Oops, I think even the guns here are having a go. Yeah, he's close enough for everyone to be having a go at him. So once again, an individual ship, not really up to it, but it looks like as a fleet, we're doing okay. Still not getting a lot of resources, although I'm hoping that this Zephyr will give us a fair few when it goes down. And there he is, AI dead, which is good. Okay, that's all right. So the anti-missile, oh, that works. When you've got some of the other ships nearby, the anti-missile system does work quite well. Oops. But on a single ship, it's not quite enough by the looks of it. You got pushed back all the way to here. You don't know how to ram me again, are you? Are you going to try and ram me again? Are you? Are you going to ram me? Are you going to try and ram me? You are. Look, you're slowly trying to... Look, look, you did. You rammed me. You little... Why? Why did you ram me? Why do that? Ugh. The idea of not colliding with another ship obviously hasn't entered your mind, has it? You are determined to try and ram and destroy me. Go away. Find another place to be. Anyway. Right, okay, we did end in a little bit of a battle there, which is good, and that's a fair bit of resources, which is good. Let's go and grab those next. Oh, actually, because I've gone GPU Ocean, we have the ring view here, which is interesting. Hadn't noticed that, so that's also quite interesting. So we go there, and then we'll go and pick up those, and the swordfishes can come and just protect us. Don't know where they'd got to. Yeah, okay, I hadn't noticed that's how the system was working as such. Fine, that's the way it is. Okay, ended with a little battle. It looks like nothing really overpowered so far. I'll do another hour or so in this particular zone, but then I think I will go up another level, maybe 2, so that it's a challenge. That was close to a challenge. If it had got through my destroyer, that could have been a bit more of a problem. We are leaking also resources. We're down to 32,000 on the merchant here, which means everybody else is full, and that's 32,000 spare, and then there'll be 32 on each of the other merchants. So no, we started with about nearly 49,000. So we're steadily leaking resources. So maybe I need to go up a level just to get the more resources from the item and the ships we kill. But I'm more interested in this episode about what you think about the sea. Keep with this GPU Ocean. I think that video with that battle at the end, I'm going to get more footage to show you than I did when there was all the seas, which is disappointing. To be honest, if there was free view camera available reliably in this particular adventure mode, I would use it to do the better camera views for you. Yeah, anyway, that's it for now. I think I need to get a video out. This has taken me a few days, so I will see you all in the next video. But as always, keep playing the game and have fun.